Follow the breath from the point it takes off from the outside to the point it dissolves on the inside. And try to figure out these 2 points. The point from where the breath takes off. It is a few finger width away from your nose on the outside. To the point the breath dissolves on the inside. And this is somewhere at the center of the chest. So as you breathe in, focus on the center outside. And when you breathe out, be aware of the center on the inside. See how both the body and the mind are entering a state of tranquility, which is very soothing and healing. When we go into deep sleep, the body and mind are in a state of complete rest. And that is why when we wake up, we become filled with energy and enthusiasm and light. But it remains a mystery because we do not know where from are we getting this energy, enthusiasm and light. And as you sit in this alert position, aware of these two centers, one on the outside and one on the inside, you can enter a state which is like sleep, deep sleep. But you are awake and aware. And you can feel how each breath is filling your entire body with energy and vibration. And how each out breath can become a vehicle for releasing all that which is not serving you in this moment. And now become aware of your heart, the spiritual heart. Feel the connection that you have in this heart or through this heart to everything else around you. Not just on this planet alone, but in the other worlds. On the spiritual path, we need to recognize that the challenge we face in life are being brought forward due to unresolved karma. We may not have understood things properly. We may have acted out of self-interest, lack of understanding, out of ego, anger, out of a sense of entitlement. Causing some difficulty or harm or anxiety to other souls. In your heart, connect with the whole universe. And bring an attitude of forgiveness. Make this intention directed to all the souls in the universe whom you or your ancestors might have hurt or harmed or taken advantage of in this lifetime or any other. In this attitude of forgiveness, tell these souls, please forgive me and my ancestors. If we did not act properly or acted inappropriately, we did not know. And because we made a mistake due to ignorance, please forgive us. Just making this intention and seeking forgiveness is a powerful practice. All the souls in this universe are connected with one another, whether we see them or not, or experience them or not. Forgiveness, Seeking forgiveness is like offering water to a plant in dry weather. The water makes it easier for the plant to draw nutrition and grow. So when we ask for forgiveness, we are helping ourselves in a big way, and we are also helping the other person. Because we are giving him or the other soul a chance to forgive and become free of any anger, resentment, animus, sense of revenge. So make this intention again and again and seek forgiveness with an open heart. And in case there are people whom you know, whom you would have wronged, knowingly or unknowingly, just bring them to your heart and seek forgiveness. It is better to seek forgiveness in the heart than doing this face to face, because sometimes face to face conversations can easily degenerate into a lot of argument. See how you feel in the heart. And with great reverence and respect, thank these souls. Those souls with whom the karmic content is light, they can easily forgive. But with those souls whom we have really hurt badly, they may not be able to forgive so easily. So just have this thought that you will visit this attitude of forgiveness again and again. Now, with the power of intent, connect with another set of souls. Those who have hurt or harmed you or taken advantage of you. Call upon them, invite them to come to you or to connect with you for something very important. Just tell them from your heart, irrespective of how much hurt or harm you have caused to me, I forgive you. And as you say this or make this intention, search your heart. Are you able to forgive? Or these are empty words? Again, if the hurt or harm that has been caused is very deep, it will not be so easy to forgive. And that tells you that you have to do this again and again, so that the sense of revenge, the hurt, the resentment or anger is reduced little by little. And see how you feel when you forgive someone. Many people do not want to forgive because they think that if they forgive, they will be inviting further bad treatment. But the bad treatment is the result of unresolved karma. When we forgive, that karma begins to dissipate or go away. And if the karmic content between two persons is resolved, then automatic bad behavior will not be there. And if the other person does that, he or she will do it at his own or her own risk. Because existence is even-handed. It will give you your release. You have forgiven. But the other person has not learned the lesson out of this forgiveness. So existence will take care that he or she receives certain harsh lessons. But just by forgiving others, we can be out or get out of the cycle of karma in a big way. Just take stock of what is happening inside. And if you are really able to forgive, see how light you feel. And now come to another aspect of your existence. All of us have a lot of karma with our body, our senses and the mind. There have been times when we took the body for granted. We used it without giving it rest. We made our bodies vehicles for expression of our anger, our greed, and the body has become a storehouse of all these impressions. So many difficult emotions are stored there in various limbs. It is like we have injected poison in the body. And that is why the body has turned sick. It has created challenges. Just look at your relationship with your senses. These senses operate because there is the light of the self, the light of the soul operating through them. But we have constantly used our senses just to look outside, to see this world of duality. And we have not allowed the senses to taste the inner light, the inner joy. So our senses have turned deficient. They are not helping us as much as we would like them to. Look at your relationship with your mind. See how you have programmed the mind with negative thought patterns, negative ideas, belief systems. How you have trained the mind through lifetime after lifetime to see only duality, only conflict. So much so the mind has been so trained that now it cannot see anything good. It has gone beyond control. So take this time to examine your relationship with your body, your senses and your mind. It is never too late to make amends. So what is the first step? The body, the senses and the mind are our good friends, best assets. It is time to recognize how valuable they are. It is time to tell them, I love you. These are magic words. I love you. In your imagination, see yourself putting your hands on every part of the body and saying, I love you. See in your imagination becoming aware more and more of your eyes, your ears, your sense of taste, smell and touch, and tell them, I love you. Be aware of the mind. See how creative this mind is. how it is able to generate so many patterns of thought which determine our behavior. But it has become the rogue. So tell the mind, I love you. Establish a very intimate connection with your body, your senses, and your mind. And now it is time to tell them that, look, I am going to examine all those patterns that are responsible for your ill treatment. I will look at all my behaviors because of which I have been feeding you poison. And I promise to take good care of you. And this is not going to be possible without your cooperation. So please be a good friend. Please forgive me for any wrongs that I did. I shall make amends. I will take good care. I love you to the moon. So we have done this forgiveness practice with souls whom we would have hurt or harmed, with souls who have hurt or harmed us, and with our own bodies, the senses and our minds. Let this attitude of forgiveness deepen further as you listen to this frequency of forgiveness. You can simply have this awareness within yourself. I forgive you, you forgive me. I forgive you, you forgive me. And instead of looking at other souls as your adversaries or approaching them with a sense of guilt, instill this recognition that all souls are divine. God has simply appeared in their form before you, or God has connected with you through them to let you recognize the balance of karma and to resolve them. And when we start looking at other persons, our own bodies, senses, and the mind, and our circumstances as agents of God, sent to us to help us work with our karma, the whole appreciation of life changes. Everything turns divine. So listen to this frequency of appreciation. As you will notice, it is a higher frequency. Only when you forgive and seek forgiveness, you become entitled to approach this frequency. And everything becomes possible through love. So here is the frequency of unconditional love. And now just rest in the frequency of Om. Start becoming aware of your breathing a little more. Take a few deep breaths so that you become more and more aware of your body. See where your hands are placed, where your feet are resting, how the body is holding and supporting itself. How with each breath the chest moves up and down, the abdomen moves forward and backwards, how the rib cage expands and deflates, how the breath can be felt in the lowest regions of the abdomen. Take stock of the body. See how the simple practice of forgiveness has raised the frequency and vibration of every cell. Because whether you realize it or not, a lot of karma which is settled there in the body has become loose and can be released. Just bring your palms together, rub them against one another. Feel the energy being worked up in the palms. Cover your eyes and feel the exchange of energy that happens between the palms and your body. So sometimes the energy may be rushing from the palms into the body, and at other times it may happen that the energy rushes from the body into the palms. Give yourself time for energy to be equalized. Keep breathing. And when you are ready, just caress your face. Very, very gently, very loving. If you feel like, you can tap some parts of the body. Again, take a few deep breaths and gently open your eyes. So, how did you feel? We didn't do much of sound healing today, but somehow the guidance came that we should do forgiveness practice. How does it feel? Anybody, you can just unmute yourself. Yes, madam.
Lots of vibration in the heart and shoulders.
Okay. So when we do forgiveness, wherever the karmic blockages are stored, they start becoming loose. So that is where you feel the energy. Manjari ji, आपने unmute किया?
I just wanted to say I felt at peace with myself and my surrounding. I just felt very peaceful.
Yes.
A feeling of wellness. A feeling of
Feeling of
wellness.
wellness. Wonderful. You don't have much karma left, Manjari ji. So.
Must be पुराने पापी हैं तो कुछ ना कुछ तो कर्मा सब रखे हुए जी.
Anybody else? Thank you so much. So we'll, yes. Gitanjali? Yes, Gitanjali?
I feel extremely peaceful.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, Acha, you've come today. Great. Okay. Tanuja, बढ़िया. Yes, Tanuja, go ahead.
सबको नमस्कार और गुरुजी पाव लागू और बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है और द वाइब्रेशन गोज होल बॉडी ना इट फील्स रियली गुड यू नो वी कैन जस्ट फील एंड टुडे यू हैव डन दिस फॉरगिवनेस थिंग इट वाज रियली गुड थैंक यू through you also I tried out and hope everything will go now well and thank you very much Guruji, thank you very much once again.
I am just a channel. Your guru
Do
will do
understand,
everything.
Guruji.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dr. Reva says, I was unable to hear sometimes the last part of few sentences. I like to hear tomorrow the recording. Yes, today we have recorded. No, we didn't record. Pause recording. So it was not recorded. Okay. The morning and evening both sessions did not get. Anyway, we'll see. If I do something like this tomorrow morning. The problem is that today I had not decided on this. It was all goals had been kept. I was going to do the chakra healing only, but somehow or the other, this is started. So
Guruji,
whatever.
when I missed a little bit in between, so I
Um,
wanted to listen. So you can take the topic again, if you can.
if the
And
masters want.
whatever I heard, it was really good. And
Mhm.
actually, I had heard a video. यानी वो the child is taking bath, and when he's taking bath, he's touching his eyes, nose, and saying thank you. I'm sorry, I've hurt you. Thank you, my eyes. Thank you for functioning well. My heart, my stomach. While he's taking bath, so we are not consuming time, but we are acting smart. But forgiveness is happening. So it was
See,
such
it
a
is
nice
like this
video.
that I am not so sure about that. If a child is doing, certainly it is happening. But what happens is that most of the times, whatever we do, it becomes a ritual.
Hmm.
So it is a ritual has its advantages, but it cannot help beyond a certain point.
नहीं हमको ध्यान से ही करना पड़ता है सब.
So unless there is absolute full attention and awareness
हाँ हाँ.
behind what we say,
Hmm.
then yes, a few practices itself will clear out a lot of things.
The concept is good provided we do it with
It is not a
lot of
concept.
concentration.
No. You're using the wrong term. It is not a concept. It is the reality. The problem is
Hmm.
that when we think of it as a concept, it becomes a concept.
Hmm.
So that is where we need to make a shift in our understanding.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Lopa.
Thank you, Guru.
Namaste, Guruji. I
Namaste.
I loved the when we did the forgiveness for the mind and the senses. I've never done that before. Like
Yeah.
I've done for body, I've done for living beings, asking for forgiveness, giving forgiveness, all that. But for the first time I did for the mind and my senses, and that felt really, really beautiful it was. And I loved the vibrations, especially when you sounded, the second time that you rang the bell or gong or whatever it is called. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is.
Today I was using the pipe, the
Oh,
frequency. Yes.
okay, that the sound frequency, it just straight went into my like solar plexus, and then you said this is the fire element. And I
Hmm.
said, oh my God, it hit me straight there in my solar plexus, and, the vibrations over there. And the explanation that you gave that, when you have really practiced forgiveness, then it happens. I
Yes.
was like, I was
That is
like,
that is
I was so touched. Yes.
And it is like this,
Beautiful.
that this whole idea of connecting with the mind.
Mm-hmm.
The masters planted this idea in my consciousness
Right.
recently,
Okay.
because we were doing forgiveness with the body.
Yes,
But the
absolutely.
fact of the matter is that why are we so inconsiderate about the body?
Of
Why
the
we
mind.
torture the body? Why we take the body for granted? It is because of the mind.
Oh,
And the
right,
mind
right.
is given to anger, resentment, anxiety.
Yes,
The mind is
absolutely.
propelling us to be so inconsiderate to the body. The mind is propelling us to become inconsiderate to the senses and keep them occupied with things on the outside and not let them rest. So
Mm-hmm.
this whole idea of recognizing the role of the mind, but who is the
Mind.
mind? We are only are using the mind. We
Yes.
have trained the mind into becoming a local dada. And the mind is not listening to us. But who is responsible? So we have not taken that responsibility for the mind, that let us feed the mind with good thoughts. Let us feed the mind
Absolutely.
with noble thoughts. Let us
Yes.
feed the mind with these concepts or ideas or thoughts or
Ye-
words which will quieten the mind.
Yes, absolutely. We may be
When we
told.
recognize this and change that role, then the
Yeah.
mind can easily become a friend. After all, the mind is nothing but subtle energy. It's our own energy,
Mm-hmm.
which has gone haywire, which is beyond control.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful.
Let's
That was
have this idea
really,
again today.
really, that was enlightening, and that was a really, really
And
wonderful
what do we do?
feeling.
Normally we try to control the mind.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We try to be aggressive. We try to, discipline the mind.
Yes. Yes.
But
We are
mind
never
is like
grateful
the
to it.
child. So our mind is like the child. So how do
Mm-hmm.
you discipline a child?
Mm-hmm.
By love.
Yes.
So that
Absolutely.
is so we must recognize first the energy of the mind. That mind is capable of doing so much. And it is whatever good we have in life is
Of
because of
course.
the mind. And whatever
Of course.
difficulties or challenges we have in life, that is also because of
Also
the mind.
because of the mind. Yes, that's the
So once we
source of all
recognize
our.
that and just offer love and
Yeah.
make a request. तो
Yeah.
प्रेम से तो किसी को भी कुछ भी बोला तो मना नहीं करता है.
Yes, absolutely agree with you. One beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're most welcome. So we'll just do the Shanti part and end. Om सर्वे शाम स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनो सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति